10th grade, how to solve? Okay, let's take a look. Here we have an exponential equation. We have 3 to the 2x power plus 3 to the x power, that's equal to 2. At first, if you look at this equation, some people might just want to take log base 3 on both sides because we have the x in the exponent, but do not do log yet because we have a plus in between and we cannot combine this and that together because the exponents are different. So this is where most people will get stuck. But don't worry, because the key is this right here. We have 3 to the 2x power, and this is just 3 to the x power. Compare the powers. That's the secret to this question. Here, let me bring up the most important rule of exponent here for this question. When we have some base b to a power that's say m, and then we raise that to another power that's say n, in this case, we can just multiply the powers. So we get b raised to the m times n's power. And that's exactly this right here, 3 to the 2 times x power. Okay, we have this. Can we look backwards? Yes, this formula works both ways. So right here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to look at the 3, and then I'm going to pair that with the x first. So that's 3 to the x power, and then I'm going to raise that to the second power. So if you just focus on this, 3 to the x and then to the second, you can multiply the x and the 2. So of course, that's the same as 2x. And the reason I chose to do it with this order is so that we can match this 3 to the x with this 3 to the x, and that's the key for this question. So let's go ahead and continue. We add this 3 to the x power, and that is equal to 2. Now, here's the deal. If you look at 3 to the x as one thing by itself, we have this to like the first power, and then this to the second power, and this right here has no 3 to the x. Here is an example of what we say a quadratic equation. Yes, it's a quadratic equation, but in terms of 3 to the x. So if you're okay to proceed just like how it is, you can go ahead and do so, working with 3 to the x. Well, sometimes some people might prefer to do a substitution. So I will do that for you to make it more clear. Let's say I want to let y, just another variable. Let's say this is going to be 3 to the x power. Then I can change this to y to the second plus y, and then that's equal to 2. Now, this looks really like a quadratic equation, right? Cool. So subtract 2 to both sides, solve it the usual way. And then minus 2 is equal to 0. Can we factor this? Yes. So 2 sets of parentheses. Y times y will give us y squared. Now think about 2 numbers, they multiply to negative 2, and together we add up to get positive 1. The correct combination is plus 2 and minus 1. So from here we know y plus 2 is equal to 0. Well, from here we know y minus 1 is equal to 0. So subtract 2 to both sides, y is equal to negative 2. And the other one, y is equal to 1. Done. No, not yet. Why? Because right here we're saying y is equal to negative 2 and y is equal to 1. We don't want to end up with y. Our equation is asking for solve for x to make this equation true. So we have to get the x. Okay, so let's see what we need to do. Y is 3 to the x. So that means we better have 3 to the x now being equal to negative 2. Or the other one is 3 to the x being equal to 1. So we have to solve these two equations. Here is the thing though. We have 3 to the x, it's equal to a negative number. I will tell you, this right here, it's not possible with real number. In fact, it's possible if you do complex number, but most of the time we don't do that in like a pre-calculus or algebra 2 level for exponential equations. So this right here, you just don't even consider that. If you take log base 3 on both sides, then you will still see that you don't get any solution for it. So don't worry about it. But for this though, 3 to what power will give us 1? The answer is 0. Because notice this right here is 3 to the x, and this is the same as 3 to the 0th power. Right, that's 1. And then you see, if the base are the same, the exponent has to be the same, so x has to be equal to 0. Right? Yeah, just like that. So keep this in mind when I will write this down. Note, if we have some b to the x equals a negative number, this right here has no real solution. Right? If b is positive, of course. Yeah. All right, keep that in mind, and that's the situation we encountered here. If it's 1, then just get 0.